your mouth. I did. No, you didn't. I said, What the hell is
Some comedies age like milk, but this one aged like fine wine. Before we get into today's movie, this is part of my 25 days of Christmas movie marathon, where I'll be dropping a new review every single day this month. And today's movie is Rush Hour 2, a movie that's still hilarious even 20 plus years later. Rush Hour 2 picks up right where the first movie left off. Lee and Carter are in Hong Kong. Carter thinks he's finally gonna get the dream vacation, but of course, Lee has other plans. He's working a case involving counterfeit money, a dangerous triad, and a conspiracy that goes way deeper than either of them expected. And before long, they're back doing what they do best, causing chaos, cracking jokes, and somehow saving the day. And this movie doesn't waste any time. It drops you right into the action and never lets up. The pacing is fast, the energy is high, and the chemistry between Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker is just as strong as it was in the first movie, and maybe even a bit stronger. But what makes this setup work is how this movie uses the Hong Kong setting to its advantage. The first movie was set in LA, which was Jackie Chan's fish out of water moment. In the sequel, it's Chris Tucker who's out of his element. And watching Carter try to navigate Hong Kong while Lee tries to keep him out of trouble is where a lot of the best comedy comes from. And I said this in my old video when I did a review on the first Rush Hour, is Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker's chemistry is unmatched, with Chris Tucker's fast talking chaos mixed with Jackie Chan's calm martial arts precision, and it's still comedic gold. The way they play off each other feels so natural that you forget you're watching two actors from completely different worlds. They just really work together. And Chris Tucker definitely steals more scenes here than he did in the first movie. His confidence, comedic timing, and energy are even stronger in this one. Many fans say this is peak Chris Tucker, and honestly, it's hard to argue against that. He's louder, funnier, more confident, and he leans into the absurdity of every situation in a way that makes even the dumbest jokes land really well. Oh, and speaking of the comedy actually holds up. The timing, the improv, and the jokes feel just as sharp today, proving that good on-screen chemistry never ages. And it's proved because it really stood the test of time. Unlike a lot of other movies, there are so many comedies from the early 2000s that feel like really outdated now, but the Rush Hour franchise it doesn't. It still works. The humor isn't reliant on pop culture references or trends built around the character dynamic of Lee and Carter, and that's why it feels so fresh. And don't even get me started on the memes that were birthed by this movie, and most of them are still used to this day. Like, I even still use ones like that.
It will be $50 million.
$50 million? And who you think you kidnapped, Chelsea Clinton?
Or Carter yelling,
Who died, Lee? You! Who? You!
Or the massage parlor scene. These moments have lived on the internet for years, and they are still funny, and that is the mark of a classic comedy movie. And just like the first movie, Jackie Chan's stunt work is insane. Every action scene is clean, practical, and actually really fun to watch. And the blooper reel alone shows how dedicated he is to everything he does. Jackie Chan has always been known for doing his own stunts, and in Rush Hour 2, he's still at the top of his game. The bamboo scaffolding fight scene is one of the best action sequences in the entire trilogy. It's fast and filled with the kind of physical comedy that only Jackie Chan can pull off. And I talked about this a little bit, but the Hong Kong setting gives the sequel its identity. The new location adds style, color, and personality, making it feel bigger and fresher than the first movie. The streets of Hong Kong, the neon lights, the casinos, it all gives the movie a different vibe, and because the setting is so distinct, it doesn't feel like they're just copying what they did in the first movie. It feels like its own new thing. Now, not everything is perfect, and I say this in every single video. So I want to talk about something that didn't work for me, or might not have worked for you as well. The villain isn't that strong. Yes, Ricky Tan is entertaining, but he's not the strongest or the most intimidating antagonist in the trilogy. He's more slimy than scary, and while that works for the tone of the movie, it also means the stakes don't feel as high as they could. You're not really worried about whether Lee or Carter will win. You're just enjoying the movie as it plays out. Oh, and the standout moment in this movie for me personally was the bomb scene. Carter saves Lee from a small but powerful bomb stuck in his mouth, and when Carter asks why Lee didn't tell him there was a bomb in his mouth,
I did. No, you didn't. I said, What the hell is boom?
It's such a simple, stupid joke, but the delivery is perfect, and it's one of those moments that defines the entire franchise. Just two guys yelling at each other in the middle of the chaos, and somehow it's hilarious. And I kind of mentioned this about the first movie, but this movie works because it understands that the sequels don't have to reinvent the wheel. They just have to do what the first one did, but bigger, better, and make it more interesting. Rush Hour 2 takes the formula that worked in the first movie and amplifies it. More action, more comedy, better chemistry, and it doesn't try to be something it's not. It's a buddy cop comedy movie that knows exactly what it is, and it commits to that fully. The movie also works because it never loses sight of what made the first one special: the friendship between Lee and Carter, the culture clash, the mix of martial arts action and fast talking humor. All of that is still here, and it's still just as effective. And because the movie respects what came before while also pushing things forward, it feels like a natural continuation instead of a cash grab. Oh my goodness, and I almost forgot while recording this voiceover. Last week they just announced the Rush Hour 4 movie, and I cannot say how excited I am. And I really hope it's not just a cash grab, and I really hope they don't ruin the history of it, because it is a long time going. But in the grand scheme of things, this is huge news for a old trilogy like this to come back and do it again. I wonder how they're gonna do, because Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker are obviously older. I don't know how the stunts are gonna be. I know the comedy and the chemistry will be great, but I am kind of worried about the action aspect. But on the other side of that, I'm not really worried about it, because I'll just be happy to see them on screen together again. But with all that said, if you haven't watched the Rush Hour trilogy, you have been missing out. This trilogy is older than I am, and I grew up watching these movies every day after school because we didn't have internet. So I would just pop a DVD in. I'm not that old, I'm only 21, but yeah, I would pop a DVD into the DVD player and just watch Rush Hour. It's like a core memory, and I've never been burnt out by this movie, and I've watched it probably a million times. But the trilogy is amazing. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I can 100% confirm you will enjoy it. You can't dislike these movies, in my opinion. But yeah, just go check it out. But thanks for watching today's review. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe. I'll be dropping a new video every single day this month for my 25 days of Christmas movie marathon. Today's review is a big one, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. In the meantime, feel free to check out yesterday's video if you haven't already. And as always, stay curious and let's keep the conversation going.